I'm the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So, a lone Stormlord, empty, is returning to base after delivering some troops to the front line. Passing through an area that it had previously thought safe, it gets attacked by some Tyranids. So, yeah, I just wanted to see how one Stormlord would do against an equal amount of power level of Tyranids, so today we're going to find that out. We're going to be doing it on this little rubble-strewn 3x3 here. Alright, so we have our lone Stormlord there on the right. He's got 2 las cannons, a twin heavy bolter, 4 twin heavy flamers, 2 heavy stubbers, and the Vulcan mega cannon. And 2 las cannons. If I didn't say 2 las cannons, then 2 las cannons. And then we've got 2 Trigons that'll be hiding in the ground, and 2 3-man groups of Tyranid warriors. Pretty much mainly on melee, but there is a Devourer and a Borer, I think, maybe? I'll have to look at it. But mainly on melee. Alright, we're gonna set these guys up, and the Stormlord will make a move, and then these guys will ambush it. Oh yeah. All these things have toxin sacks, too. I always forget about the toxin sacks. They're like really important, but I just forget about them. I don't know. Alright, so we got a group here close to the front there on that little towery one. The other group is hiding behind that little heart-shaped area over there. Alright, Stormlord can't see either of these guys for whatever reason, so it's going to start moving forward, and then crazy shit's about to happen to this guy. Alright, well, the Stormlord considers itself to be in, like, good, safe, territory, so no need to advance. Just moves forward. Still can't really see any of the Tyranids because it's blind. And that makes it the Tyranid turn. I would imagine this would be a terrifying sight to see. You're a tank truck driver and you're trundling along, and you look over in your rear view, or your view forward of any side, and you see these Tyranid warriors rushing upon you, and you hear this roar, and out of the ground erupts these big giant other Tyranid looking things. That'd be super scary. And that's what pretty much happened. The group towards the bottom of the screen, it like just moved over there. The Tyranid warriors on the left advanced to get really close, and the Trigons just popped out of the ground, because why not? So we'll do some shooting. So I decided that both Tyranid warrior groups have a Devourer, but since it's only strength 4, it can't even win this thing, so their guns ultimately don't matter. The 2 Trigons, though, have bioelectric pulses that do have the possibility of winning this thing, and each one did 1 point of damage to the Stormlord, so that's kind of funny. So then the charge phase. Absolutely all 4 of these guys are going to absolutely charge into the Stormlord. It might actually kill both groups of Tyranid warriors with Overwatch, but we'll see how that goes. So while the heavy flamers did put in some good work, they only managed to kill off 2 of one of the groups of Tyranid warriors. Everybody made it in. They didn't really do a whole lot of damage to it. The 2 Trigons managed to do 6 between the 2 of them. And then it did a little bit of damage to one of the Tyranid warriors out of the 3-man group. So it survived. It didn't get bracketed. Because it's a Titanic, it can fall back and shoot. So it's going to definitely fall back, at least. Alright, well, moved it out of engagement range, so now we could just let loose on crazy stuff. See if maybe the heavy flamers do a little bit better work this time. Alright, well, it took pretty much all of the twin heavy flamers to take out the remaining Tyranid warriors, and then the las cannons and the Vulcan mega bolter did a decent amount of damage to the Trigons a little bit. But it is now their turn. So they're going to do some shooting first. Sometimes I wonder about how smart of me it is to use the Necron dice for the Imperial Guard when the Necrons aren't playing. Because they only took, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of shots and a lot of wounds, but saved on everything saved on a 5-up a whole bunch of times. Only took 1 point of damage. See how these Trigons do in the charge and fight phase, though. Well, it took everything except for the Vulcan Megabolter to kill off that other Trigon, and then the Vulcan Megabolter did nothing in Overwatch to this one. It made it in. It did 4 points of damage to the Shadow Lord, and the Shadow Lord turned around and did a bunch of damage back. Well, 4 points. That'll make it to Shadow Lord's turn, so it can fall back a little bit. I called it a Shadow Lord just now, but it's a Stormlord. Alright, so the Stormlord is running out of room to fall back, so hopefully it can kill off this Trigon in this shooting phase. We'll see what it can do. I gotta say that the Twin Heavy Flamer on any vehicle is just the best thing ever. 2d6 auto hits is just amazing. This thing has 4 of them, so that's 8d6 auto hits. I mean, yeah, it generally wins on a 5, but when you're rolling 48 dice to see if you actually hit something, you're gonna hit a lot. I mean, you're probably not gonna be rolling 48 dice. You're probably gonna be rolling 20, maybe 24. Maybe if you're really unlucky, somewhere in the teens. But that's still a lot of hits, and it only had 5 health. The other Trigon did, and it took 7. So yeah, this thing survived getting ambushed. It took a decent amount of damage. Almost got it down to half health. But the Twin Heavy Flamers really did a lot of work. A lot of work. If you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. This is a short one, but I was really just curious about what this guy could do to some infantry, because Twin Heavy Flamers are almost useless against vehicles, but I've been thinking about games where this thing gets swarmed and surrounded, and I was just curious what it would do to some Tyranids. And the answer there is it will fuck them up. I'm going to do a variation of this probably tomorrow, where the Baneblade's going to get attacked by a bunch of Necron vehicles. That ought to be a good game, so. Again, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.